doing everything and anything.
Everything. Because Joe Rogan.
Please, Joe Rogan, let me be on your podcast, dude. I'm
He does not have a boxing background. He does not have an MMA background. He is not licensed in any jurisdiction. So when he gets on an airplane and he travels out to Austin, sitting down Joe Rogan, you now not only have a crowd.
Apology?
No, I haven't. I want to watch it. Talking about the Liver King, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Making this video for so I'm scared to say yeah, I've done steroid. Yeah, I like steroid. I train for a long person. We got a kind of feeling lost, weak, and submissive. So I needed my job. And now
was arrested for unhinged threats to Joe Rogan. All right. Now, Joe Rogan, why would you do that to Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan's a nice guy, loved. I think he's the one guy that's loved, liked, and respected. He's a trifecta. He's got all the three of them.
Liver King versus Joe Rogan has become the talk of the town lately. Following the threats made by Liver King Brian Johnson toward Rogan, fans have heavily criticized Johnson for his statements, and several UFC pros have also called him out for issuing those threats. Shawn mocked Liver King for his trash talk and accused him of stirring up drama simply to land a spot on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Because Joe Rogan.
Please, Joe Rogan, let me be on your podcast, dude. I'm not on steroids, I promise. We'll have a killer conversation.
Recently, Joe Rogan revealed that Liver King had repeatedly tried to appear on his podcast, even going as far as sending a producer to approach him in Las Vegas and reaching out through mutual friends. Rogan dismissed the idea as foolish, calling Liver King's claims a con built on lies about being natural. He made it clear that Liver King would never be invited on his show, adding, "That's what happens when you get caught."
Came up to me in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of my security guards stopped him. He was like, "I'm a producer for the Liver King." I'm like, What the f*** do you produce? What are you producing?
Like, how many UFC events did he try and kind of like cozy up?
He was front row at one of my shows in Vegas.
Oh, damn.
At the MGM. And then I saw him again at the Canelo fight. He was trying really hard to get on the podcast. And he's been trying really hard to get on now. He contacted a few friends of mine.
Yeah, he told me he was trying to get on.
Yeah, for what? For what? Say that more? Like, come on, this is dumb, man. You ran a con game and you got busted.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that you feel terrible. I'm sorry you feel bad. Because that's just what happens when you get caught lying.
Liver King publicly challenged Joe Rogan to a one-on-one fight, declaring that everything was now real and there would be no more pretending. Claiming he was fighting for his family and ready to die for it, he warned Rogan to prepare himself emotionally. He insisted that Rogan had never faced anyone like him before. Despite acknowledging Rogan's black belt, Liver King described himself as a savage who had already captured Rogan's attention. He concluded by announcing he was heading to Austin to settle things once and for all. Anything and everything was on the line.
Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I challenge you man to man to a fight. Honorable. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. Willing to die, hoping that you'll check me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. You should all make fun of me at my expense. Trust me, that it still works. And then you should get paid for it.
We're gonna kick Joe Rogan.
The real G said it. That's my speech. Justin Fitz.
Liver King challenged Joe Rogan to a fight, stating that, while the idea initially leaned toward a grappling match, he was open to anything boxing, arm wrestling, or full-on MMA. Chael Sonnen commented that, although it sounded silly, he actually liked the idea and saw some potential in it. He reminded everyone that Joe Rogan would be a tough opponent for anyone, given his strength and black belt in jiu-jitsu. Chael also praised Rogan for maintaining excellent physical condition over the years, noting that if it ever came down to a real fight, Joe wouldn't be an easy matchup.
He wants to fight Joe Rogan. But now, somewhere within that, they broke fight down and kind of made it clear it was going to be a grappling match. He was up for anything. We can box, we can arm wrestle, but it's going to be you and me. Rogan versus Liver King. And I liked it. I liked it because I thought there was actually a little bit of possibility to it. I realized the silliness factor, but you have to understand, if push comes to shove, Joe Rogan is going to be a handful for anybody. He's strong and does MMA. He's got a black belt. He competed in Taekwondo. And there was a period of his life in 2005 where he thought he was actually going to get in the octagon and fight with Wesley Snipes. I mean, done a great job.
Chael Sonnen explained that Liver King actually got on a plane to track down Joe Rogan because he wanted to fight him and planned to challenge him in person. Chael noted that this bold move, traveling to confront someone face-to-face, has been done before, repeated many times, and will likely continue to be used successfully in the future.
Gets on an airplane, and he goes to find Joe Rogan. He wants to fight him, and therefore, he's going to travel to him to pick this fight. That move has been done before, I understand, and that move has been duplicated and triplicated, and that move will be done in the future, and it will be done successfully in the future.
Also known as Liver King, was recently arrested at the Four Seasons Hotel in Austin on charges of making a terroristic threat after posting Instagram videos in which he threatened Joe Rogan. Authorities reported that Johnson had traveled to Austin and shared multiple videos challenging Rogan to a fight. Chael Sonnen highlighted that Liver King has no competitive background in any combat sport, no experience in jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, boxing or MMA, and holds no fighting license in any jurisdiction. So when Liver King boarded a plane and went to Austin to confront Rogan, Chael emphasized that it wasn't just potentially a crime, it also raised serious concerns about Johnson's mental.
Baldy face. That's a little bit. Hope he's good. What I'm hoping is that Joe Rogan, I've been almost, that's a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me, break it on me. Like, I hope that you won't feel me tap. That's never happened, tapping. So that's something absolutely.
Meanwhile, Brendan Schaub criticized Liver King's attempt to challenge Joe Rogan, calling it foolish. He pointed out that even if Liver King somehow got past Rogan's security, he'd still be facing a highly skilled martial artist with black belts in both Taekwondo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Schaub explained that while Liver King might be tough in his own world, real fighting operates on a different level, and trying to take on Rogan would only make him go viral for getting badly beaten.
Anything that I can with the amount of time I'm trying to explain little amount that I'm going to. Now that's another more how much time I have. Welcome to the Rogan. I'm got it. And then the password too, and what's the password on? You got it wrong. The password is here's what it is. Right. One more chance. You almost done. What? You're on your way. Right. So you gotta do like you. Okay.
The feud between Joe Rogan and Brian Johnson, also known as Liver King, began when Rogan publicly questioned the truth behind Johnson's extreme lifestyle claims. Rogan cast doubt on whether Liver King's muscular physique was truly the result of a natural diet and intense workout, or if it was enhanced by steroids or other undisclosed supplements. He described Liver King as a heavily muscled, shirtless man with a large beard who claimed his body came from eating raw liver, extreme training, and even sunning his genitals. Rogan recalled seeing Liver King in person in Las Vegas and said he found the idea of Johnson being completely natural impossible to believe. Despite Liver King insisting face-to-face that he was all natural, Rogan dismissed it, saying, "There's no way you can look like that naturally." After that, everyone began to question Liver King. Following months of trolling and speculation, he finally admitted to using steroids, openly addressing it in an apology video. In the video, he expressed deep embarrassment and shame for lying about his steroid use. He took full responsibility for misleading people, admitting that he had no one to blame.
Liver King. Let's say you pull off what you think you're going to do and get access to Rogan, which is never happening. But let's say you're able to get through the wall of special forces security that he has, jump the gate that he has, get through security, get through all the bullshit, the guns, the dog, do it. But let's say he has a special set of skills and he does that. And then you get face to face with a guy who's trained in Taekwondo. He's a black belt, competition black belt in Taekwondo, knocked out a million dudes, not to mention he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. By fighting Rogan and to go viral, you go viral.
Yeah.
But you can go viral from getting beat.
Johnson's apology video, where he confessed to using steroids, Joe Rogan mocked the overly dramatic tone and questioned the sincerity of the message on his podcast. Rogan pointed out that the timing of the confession coming only after Johnson had been exposed made it seem more like strategic damage control than a genuine admission. He made it clear that he viewed the video as a calculated move to protect the Liver King brand, rather than an honest and heartfelt confession.
And he's this guy who walks around everywhere with no shirt on. I've seen him in Vegas with no shirt on, big bushy beard, super jacked. And he was telling people that the way he gets that way is by sunning his balls and eats raw and just lifts like a maniac. And that's how he's so jacked.
This guy, literally right to my face, would say, I am natural.
There's no way you can look like that.
Brian Johnson responded aggressively to Joe Rogan's criticism, defending his lifestyle as authentic and rooted in so-called ancestral principles. He began openly challenging Rogan to a fight, insisting he was serious about proving himself. Over time, his tone grew increasingly hostile, especially on social media, where both he and Rogan had large followings. His posts became more intense and confrontational, further escalating the tension between them. Joe Rogan wasn't surprised at all when Liver King was exposed for using steroids. He said it was exactly what he had expected, describing Liver King's physique as preposterously jacked, especially for someone in their 40s. Rogan added that it always felt inevitable the truth would eventually come out.
Because I'm embarrassing and ashamed. Because I lied. And I almost left a lot of people. I stated that this is a complicated topic. I'm making this because before social media, I was rich and anonymous. And after social media, I'm still rich. No, I'm not anonymous. I never expected to come in the public eye. It's been tricky as fuck to navigate. Well, clearly, I did it wrong. And I'm here now to set the record straight. Yes, don't steroids. Yes, I know steroids. I train clinician.
Your highest and most dominant form. What? He wanted everybody that's depressed and trying to kill themselves to reach their highest, most dominant form. But he wanted to lie about how he achieved his physique, so mislead these people that just by eating liver, you can come close to that. So as you fail at that as well as everything else you failed at life that led you to the point of doing something to yourself that you're thinking about committing suicide.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he's saying.
I feel like in this video he had like a very good opportunity to just straight up say, sorry, etc., which I think he thought he was doing, but he also makes a few little comments in there that I feel like people really dug in on, like the whole, I didn't expect it to happen this, or me to blow up this much. It's like, it was very meticulously planned out from inception of the brand. Within this, I don't know if you saw the emails.
Joe Rogan further responded to Liver King's steroid admission by emphasizing how blatantly unnatural his physique appeared. He described Liver King's body as preposterous and ridiculously massive, saying it was clearly beyond what could be achieved naturally. Rogan even asked to see photos of Liver King working out, just to highlight how extreme and unrealistic his build really was.
That is Liver King. I'm too mad. I'll put you a fight with you. Yeah. I had no training with these situations. You're a black belt. You should get the man for me. I waited for rising this morning. I'll come to you.
If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more epic updates and content you don't want to miss.